Hi, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Too Opinionated, episode 1000. And I'm here with the partner that started it all,
When
my son,
I,
Brett. You
there we
changed
go.
your name.
Did I change it back? I think I did.
Yeah, you changed it to Brett.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the duck detective anymore.
So originally we came on and you were listed as Dick the Duck Detective. And I flubbed the opening. Not too much better than I did at this time. Or too much worse than I did. It wasn't great this time either. But here we are, episode
Episode
1000.
1000. Episode 1000. I
1000th. Oh, I said it that time.
You did. That was the best one you've done.
1000th.
I want to say when you were pressing play, I thought the screen had froze. Be just because you're very good at being still.
Oh, I can be still.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
I've done
yeah,
this a little bit.
you have. Well, I don't know if that's a skill. I think that's just you. I don't think that being still is really
Well,
something.
with the Parkinson's, we tend to kind of just freeze.
Yeah, I hear that
We're like
you're very.
lizards.
I hear Parkinson's is a very still thing. Yeah.
We're like lizards. We just
Is that wait? Are we not joking? Because I thought that the whole thing was shaking. Yeah, yeah. You know what? You are pretty. I
that's pretty
am.
good, wasn't
I am starting to think that maybe it froze.
it?
All right. So this, I think I don't. What's a good way to start? I don't really feel like I need to introduce myself. I've been doing this
No,
forever with
you've
you.
been with me the whole time. So,
I've just never been on the interview, so now I don't know how to act. So
well, I so yeah, just to let's give some background. Let's
okay.
talk through the history a little bit because 1,000 episodes. I mean, I don't know too many other podcasts, but that seems like a lot to me. I think that's something
hmm
worth celebrating.
I mean, I do think that is impressive no matter what. I think that even though we have a more frequent posting schedule, I think it still is something to be
It
proud
still
of.
took us 6.5 years to get there.
It did, and it took I don't know, a couple minutes from me editing them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no, you do a little more than that. I mean, it
yes,
takes more than a couple minutes.
maybe it depends on how rushed I am,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're pretty
but
good with the editing, but it takes a little bit of your time. Even if it only took 10 minutes, if you did it 1,000 times, that's a lot.
you're right. But luckily, it doesn't take me 10 minutes. It takes me 5.
So I'm waiting on your butt to
Okay.
edit these episodes so I can post them. And it literally takes you 5 minutes.
It takes a little bit longer. It
Oh,
depends on how
now, okay,
the.
now it's longer.
All right. Well, you want the honest answer to that is I can do it pretty fast if you don't screw it up. I mean, it's not like I'm Picasso with these. I'm just slapping on some music and doing my best. You send me so many, I'm just eyeballing it.
What's the artist version of how you edit if it's not
Um,
Picasso?
yeah, uh, maybe like Where's Waldo?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I think
I was
maybe
going to say maybe the guy with the melting clocks.
no. No, he's much
Nolly.
weird. Yeah, no, it's nothing. I would say maybe the art on a McDonald's box. I mean, it's pretty stock standard what I do. Uh, but no, Where's Waldo's painting is pretty good because I have certain things that I've memorized the size of, certain wavelengths that I know is, oh yeah, that's him making a mistake. So I just so,
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
so
yeah, yeah,
really,
yeah. Yeah, you know me pretty well, so you can
yeah, so
probably
really,
tell
I'm
if
just
I've
playing Where's Waldo, and then
yeah, if I've
yeah,
screwed up. You can tell. So
yeah,
uh let's talk a little bit about the show. So we June 3rd hit our 12th year of MeisterCon, and we hit our 6th year for the podcast in January. So we're six and a half ish or so.
I mean, hey, this I don't think that this was ever public, but I'm pretty sure that it's fixed now, so it's not an issue. But would you say that this year was the closest MeisterCon ever came to dying?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, MeisterCon for sure. So we got hacked in March. I actually think we got hacked last fall, and they were just kind of hiding, waiting, and tried to sneak it through in March. But yeah, Facebook was completely unhelpful trying to get it back, even though we proved pretty easily that we had been hacked. They fought against us. It took 2 months
It
to
did.
get it
It took a
back, and
long
when we got
time.
it back, we'd lost 150,000 followers.
Well, it could have been all of them. So I think I think we won that, to be honest.
Well, yeah, we did, and the best thing that came out of that hacking, not that there's really anything good, was the podcast hasn't been. We haven't skipped a beat. I mean, we used MeisterCon as a way to promote the podcast, especially early when we had no listeners, but MeisterCon was doing really well, so we could put our episodes on there, and a lot of people would see them. But somewhere over that 1,000 episodes and 6.5 years, our reliance on our MeisterCon page is much diminished.
Much diminished, you
You
say?
like that?
No.
Oh, well, it's much less. We don't like it. Even though we lost those 150,000 followers, our views on the podcast and our listening on the podcast continues to go up. How about that?
I think I think that's pretty good. I think it's a better way of saying it for
That's
sure.
that's that's better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I'm
do we
disgusted with Facebook because they should not be set up to protect the hacker instead of the actual owner of the account. But whatever.
isn't that wild?
It's
Isn't
crazy.
that
It's
mhm.
crazy. But here we are. And the podcast is doing well. We've got when we started and started interviewing people, which it was we struggled kind of getting into that, but when we started, everybody we interviewed, we had to go get. Like we had to put
Mhm.
all the work into it. But now 90% of them are sent to us. So that kind of I like that because it shows we've developed those relationships with publicists, managers, agents. Well, no, they're actors because a lot of our stuff is word of mouth. Somebody
I'm
comes
not
in and have
yawning
a
because
good
you're
time.
boring me. I'm yawning because I forgot to breathe. I just
Yeah,
want you to
yeah.
know that.
I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, well, I sat still too long. I got
Well, one thing that early on it was just you and me on these podcasts, but you didn't like doing the interviews, so you kind
well,
of
I mean, I
stepped
think
away from that.
I think maybe you should pause and maybe it would be better not pause literally, like, stop talking. I just mean maybe we should do you want me to say how this started?
Well, yeah, I was going to interview you. I was just throwing a few
No,
things
no,
out.
that's not what I meant. I
How's
just
what
mean
started?
the podcast. Like, do you want to talk about why this became a thing? Like, I can tell you.
I do. That's a great place to
Like,
start.
I don't know. Like, I thought maybe it would be, hey, I'm not in charge here, but I'm just saying, if you want, I can give some backstory.
I think it would be great to hear you give some backstory,
Well,
Brett.
because then we can talk about some of the struggles we've had. But I think we should
Maybe
because
you should have been doing this.
well, to be fair,
I might be too hyped up for it.
hey, man, no one has ever said you are better at interviews than me. I just don't like it.
That's true. That's true. Nobody ever said that. It was just,
No,
yeah,
no.
you didn't care for the interviews. So
I
you,
mean,
the only
also, no,
reason I said was saying that was because you haven't had a ton of time on camera. So it makes sense that you forgot to breathe. That's all I was trying to just that's you're not used to being on camera like I am. So, stuff like breathing, maybe you haven't figured out yet.
no. I unfortunately that is just who I am as a person. I just forget to breathe sometimes.
Well,
I
so
do.
so yeah, talk a little bit about what got us started. How this
Well, I
podcast
wanted
came about
to.
because it was totally your baby. It was your
It,
idea. So talk about that a little.
so yeah, and then we can talk about some of the reasons I don't like the interviews and whatever, and
If
where
I
we're at.
feel like it.
Yeah, okay. Can you see me like scratching something off my screen? Is that very obvious?
What are you doing?
I have a
I
smudge.
mean, it's obvious because the whole screen was shaking. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Can you not get
Well,
stuff off your screen without making it shake? Look,
no, I had to like
it
it
might
was on
move.
there. This is my older computer. It has some stuff on it. It has like
I know.
some
I
yeah.
understand. I understand.
So initially, this show is nothing like I was planning for it to be. Uh, yeah.
Oh,
So
I
the
know. This you fought very hard against this format.
in fact, no, not that's not even really what I'm talking about. It's very much not what it was supposed to be. But even in the beginning, it was not what it was supposed to
Well,
be.
explain. So, what was it supposed to be? What was
So
this podcast supposed to be?
so it's called Too Opinionated, and it wasn't meant to be. Oh, Dad and I have opinions about like it wasn't. Well, actually, yes, it was. It was supposed to be we have opinions, but it wasn't supposed to be like we're just talking about things. It was supposed to be kind of like a show where we would pick a topic and then we would both just kind of say our opinions on that topic.
I
So
kind of
like,
figured it
but
was like we would have those generational differences in opinion.
yes,
So, whatever the
yes,
topic
that's
was, we would be too opinionated, but different
yes,
opinions.
that is a better way of saying it. But the part I'm trying to get across is that it was never supposed to be just comic books.
Right.
It was never supposed to be just a show where we sit down and talk. It was supposed to be things like straws or cups or plates or hot
So
dogs and a
you would be
sandwich or
like, the topic of the day is cups, and then we would give
yes,
our opinion on cups.
yes.
And
And it
hopefully they would be different opinions so we could argue about
I think there would be different opinions. I think that that was at the time I thought that and I still kind of think that that would work. I do think that we would have different opinions on things like that. And I think it would get heated. I think it'd be fun. Um, I think,
I agree with that.
and I still like that idea, but it sort of just transformed into talking about things that we like, and that's just as fine because I don't want to be angry all the time. But
Well, and we were angrier early. We
I
over
think that's
time we
probably
got
fair.
less angry.
You know what? I think you were angrier early. I think I stayed pretty stock standard angry.
Yeah, okay, that's probably fair. That's probably
I
fair.
don't think my anger has changed.
And I'm not sure anger is not the right word, but I was definitely louder.
You were louder. You were louder.
I was louder.
I think that's fair. And
I made up for my inexperience with noise.
and the reason I had come to you with this idea was because you were the person I had always been able to like talk about these things and you would understand what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have to explain what Superman is like weak to or whatever. I wouldn't have to tell them what kryptonite is for. Did my I think my earbud disconnected just now. That was weird.
Yeah,
I just heard
it didn't change on this end.
okay, cool. I just heard a really subtle connected or
Oh.
disconnected. I was like, oh. I don't know if it said connected or disconnected. I have no idea.
Well, can you
But
hear me?
oh yeah, I think it said connected, but it threw me. It's just a little soft
See,
robotic voice.
again, if you were on camera more,
Hmm.
little things like that you'd be used to by now.
I don't think that's
You
true.
know,
I
the
don't.
first time that Zoom said now recording, it
Hmm.
almost made me jump out of my chair because it
Yeah,
didn't say that originally.
yeah. See, I don't think that. I don't know if you can count on camera Zoom. I
That
I don't know.
counts.
I don't know if they teach Zoom in film school.
Well, not yet. It's too
But
new.
no, okay. But the reason I thought you would be a good partner was because I always liked that you knew what I was talking about and without me having to tell you everything before. Like I wanted to be able to tell somebody my opinion without having to explain what the thing was first.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yes, and I thought that
Well, and I
I
was your
thought
first choice, right? Like I was number one.
well, I hate to say it, I'm not a social butterfly. I don't have many options. I'm not going to lie to you. I Yeah.
You had a few. You had some friends. You had cousins.
No, I mean, Dad, I was 18. Everyone's going to college.
Yeah, the timing was poor
Yeah,
on
I mean,
from that perspective.
I do think that, yeah, you were my first choice. I'm just saying, I don't want you to think that there was a pool of 100.
Well, I was
I
just
just,
kidding too. I assumed I was probably not your first choice. That's why I said that.
no, I think you were actually. I think for this idea, yeah, I think so. Because I had always wanted to do a podcast, but honestly, nobody shared a passion about it that I had. So, yeah,
I
I
didn't
could,
have a passion for it at all. I just wanted to hang
yeah,
out with you.
yeah. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know. Other than like, I just thought it would be fun. I don't think there was any real reason other than I just thought we'd have a fun time.
And we have.
We have. I will admit, and I should have said this at the beginning. I will be the first to say congrats on 1,000. I think it's a big deal, and I think it's more of an accomplishment for you than it is for me. I truly think
I
that.
don't believe that.
Yeah.
I think it's both of us.
No, you are the one. You are always here, day in, day out. Not me.
You
I
don't
think
want
that
to be
you.
here every day.
I don't, but that doesn't mean it's not a feat. So yeah, I yeah. So I think that, and I won't lie, it took me a while. I did not enjoy these interviews. I didn't like that we did it. I didn't
No.
think that it's well. The thing is I my dream was to always have a weekly podcast. Nothing, and then we started doing things that wasn't even like part of the show we were doing, like the interviews, like are under Too Opinionated, but they're not Too Opinionated. And then it just started getting kind of further and further, and it took a long time, a little bit, to for me to be like, okay, this is something. This isn't. This may have been my baby, but it's not my kid. And
It was
and
bigger than both of us.
no, man, I mean, what I'm saying is that I kind of realized like this, you are having fun,
I
and
am having a good time.
I'm holding on to something that has evolved into something else, and I'm not letting you have fun. So that is when I just was like, you know what, I'm all in on the editing. Let's do it, and I think you've done very well. And I think seeing you have fun has been fun, and it's been worth it for me.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Brett. That's really
And if
nice.
one
Although
day,
if I had my preference, I'd have you on camera with me all the time.
well, well, that's the other thing is it. I wanted a podcast to show off how funny I was, to show off who
You
I
are
was,
funny.
and not even just to show off how funny I was. I wanted it to kind of just show who I was, but
Yeah.
also I didn't want. Well, why's my hold on. My computer unplugged. It's an old computer. There we go. I didn't want I didn't want um I didn't want any I just wanted to be me. And that's what it was. I didn't want to just be on camera. I didn't want to put on a show. I just wanted to have fun. And it took me a while to see other people's fun's not the same as mine. And I think it's one of those things where, yeah, I think that you're killing it here. You're killing it here. And if I ever do something uh, that's more in line with what Two Opinionated may have originally been, I'll do it. But for now, I'm happy that you're here and you're keeping it alive and you're killing it.
Well, when you're ready to do something closer to what you had envisioned, I'll be here
Mm-hmm.
for you. I'll
Well,
help.
you're not touching it.
Well, okay.
you
That's probably fair.
you can have this one.
Well,
But
I just
also,
meant I'll be there to support you. I'm not going to let you
no,
because
I'm teasing.
I feel a little bit bad about that because it evolved and sometimes that happens. Things take on a life of their own, but It
To
evolved
be
into
fair though,
something that was different from what we intended to begin with.
but I think that MeisterCon needed a show. And I think that the interviews are kind of perfect for MeisterCon.
They do work well. Yeah.
And I think that yeah, I have a, that is I was going to ask you this. This is one of my questions for you about if we had any regrets. And that is one of mine with this show is not just letting it happen.
Oh,
Like
I
not
thought,
just
I
yeah.
if you're worried about that, I I never felt like you were keeping anything from happening.
No, 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 no. For my sake. I wish like looking back, I wish I had more fun.
Oh, I got you. I
That's
got you.
that's that's what I'm saying is like I wish I just like rolled with it and
Yeah.
had fun. Because like I don't know, because like I was saying, I enjoy editing these. I enjoy watching you have fun. I enjoy it.
Well,
So,
it's it took us a little while to kind of figure out exactly what worked.
well, I
And
don't think that the best creative partner was an 18-year-old.
or maybe, you know, a 50-some year old.
I think that the 18. I think it needed. I think that the generational gap is a good idea, but I think that both brains need to be developed.
Okay. All
I
right.
think that
So
that
what are you
is my
thinking? Do you
advice.
think another 5, 10 years you'll be there?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
and I
I
will say
couldn't do
this.
this without you. And I know I'm on camera most of the time, but I could not do this without your support. And this was your baby. And the only regret I have is that it turned into something that um, didn't fully have you on camera because I loved you being on camera. But it's hard to say that this hasn't worked out well. It's
Yeah,
done all right.
I'm fine with not being on camera. It doesn't bug me because I I feel like I can be more in the zone.
Yeah.
I camera to me adds another element that to me it throws me off just a tad. And so I am fine. And that's I think that's something that you and I have always not seen eye on is YouTube versus podcast, like audio versus video.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
I'm more of a video guy. You're audio.
I would more than yes. And but also I don't really to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing either way when it comes to like editing and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
just doing my best. And
Yeah, I think you do great.
and I gotta tell you, I wonder at times if which one is easier because I don't remember audio or video ever being as hard as audio is sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Audio well, that's why I don't do it. I struggle with that editing. You know, video
Yeah,
editing's not easy, but that audio I think's worse.
yeah. I mean, it's just I there's so many words with audio
Yeah.
that I don't know what they do. I don't know. I just I have a couple buttons I like.
You're just like one of those gamers that's just spamming the buttons the whole time trying to find something that
Yeah,
works.
yeah. I mean, it's it because I don't necessarily have the time to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I just kind of run it through the polishings.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
I mean, being fair, 99% of the time, that's all we need.
Well, I did have somebody say to me once that as soon as I listened to it, I could tell that you weren't a professional. I was like, oh,
Oh, that's rude.
yeah. Well, I was looking for like a side hustle, and yeah, yeah. You know what they said to me? They said hard pass.
Oh, I just had one say hard pass to me.
No, I know. I was making fun. I
Oh,
was,
okay, you're
yeah.
making, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I cannot. Just to
It's
side note it,
something like you could just say no, thank you.
hard pass, and then like the sincerely at the end of the email.
Yeah,
Uh,
it sounded like I had so what we're talking about is I had sent a request for an interview from a actress that I grew up watching. So she's a little bit older, and the response
that makes it okay. That makes a little more sense because I was like, buddy, I don't even know you.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. She was popular when
that must have been the
we won't say
manager.
who it was, but she was popular when I was growing up, and very popular actually. But so the response I got back though, well, first I got no response, so I sent a follow up, and usually it's just, hey, I just wanted to check back. Is it going to be possible to set something up with your client? Yeah, I say it better than that, but that's basically all I say in the follow up. And the response I got that time just said hard pass. Sincerely.
Yeah, it was.
I saved it because it's right up there when that one's right up there with Mr. T's manager that just responded. It was something like T won't do this.
I think he said T said no.
He said no. That was it. T
Yeah,
said no. That was all I got back. So
that one. Yeah, that one shocked me. Yeah, when you sent that, when you sent that,
oh,
I just
you mean
look.
this one that just said
Yeah,
hard pass? I was
man,
like, what did I do to you?
yeah, I think that's unnecessarily rude. I don't think that that's
I
nice at
mean,
all.
I sent a very polite request. It came with a pitch deck. So it was like, I wasn't just saying, can she come on the show and you have no idea what the show is? I sent a whole
Hmm.
deck
Hmm.
explaining the show, showing different guests we've had on, all the stuff.
Well, it does make I because when I was like, who even is this guy? And it makes sense that he's a manager or an agent or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, he was her manager.
Yeah, that makes.
I
I was
just
like, that
honestly I got a kick out of it because I was like, oh, that was pretty harsh.
that was harsh. Hard pass is, and then it makes you think,
There's no way to make that nice.
no, because there's not a soft pass.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, usually what I get is thank you so much for the inquiry, but she's not going to be able to do this. Something, they're nice about
Hmm.
it, but they're basically saying the same thing,
Insane.
off,
Yeah. Insane. Insane.
It's hard pass. Honestly, it's probably better if they tell me it that way because if you're nice to me back, I'll probably try again at some point. If you tell me hard pass, I'm not coming back.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I just it was unnecessarily mean. It was.
So you haven't done a ton of the interviews, but you've done some. Do,
I've
do
done a
you
few.
have a favorite that you got to do?
I enjoyed Ron Perlman. I,
I knew
I I
you'd
had
say
fun with
Ron
that.
Perlman.
Yeah. And
That
that
one
one
was
was one
fun.
it was actually kind of cool to meet him and stuff. But typically as a whole, it fills my cup just seeing that people I like come on. That's enough for me. I
Yeah.
don't need to
Well,
meet
so,
them.
so who have you enjoyed? Who have I surprised you with?
That you've done
Yeah.
without me. Like, does
Yeah.
that count? Okay. Um. Uh, uh,
You're just like,
I mean, every now and then, it's less like no. Okay, so it's less that you. That Phineas was cool. Have we posted that yet?
no, we haven't posted that. That's Vincent Martella.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't posted that yet, but he voices Phineas. Yeah, that's a pretty
Yeah,
good one.
that was kind of cool. But normally, I kind of just recognize like a name. Like, so you'll, I don't know, I'll just be looking, I'll be playing some. That's when I think it's cool is when I'm playing something or watching something and I just look it up and then I'll see the cast and I'll see a name I might know. I'm
Yeah,
like, who's that? And then, they've been on the show. And I think that's kind of cool. I enjoy that.
that
Uh,
is kind of fun.
yeah, just because but like, I'm not keeping the keen eye out. I just kind of sometimes I'll happen to
Well,
recognize
you
it.
got to you. I thought you now Ron Perlman too. I thought you'd say,
Yeah.
but I thought it was possible you might say Richard Hatch.
Uh. Uh. I mean, I did like Richard Hatch. I did. I still do, but he wasn't one that like I'm still not like the biggest Survivor fan out there.
Yeah,
He's not Ron Perlman.
right. That's right.
I mean, he's not Slade. He's not Hellboy. I mean, like it's Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
I mean, and that one actually kind of felt cool. That I just straight up enjoy it.
Well, he
I'll
so
tell
he
you.
he did it like it was during COVID,
Hmm.
and we got that interview because his at that time his fiance had been on the show a couple of times, and Allison's her name, and she set up the interview. But he was doing it. He was quarantining in a hotel, waiting to
Hmm.
start a project,
Oh,
and
I
that's
didn't know
when he
that.
talked to us.
I'm trying to think. There was one that should have been. I remember. I can remember an infamous one.
Yeah,
I yeah. So I remember one time there was one I was excited for, and he sucked.
who was it?
I mean, do you want me to say?
Yeah, yeah. Just say.
I mean, it was like 6 years ago. It was the home improvement guy.
Oh, I knew you'd say that. Yeah, it was Richard Karn,
Yeah.
and you asked me what I regretted. Um, what I regret is, and we'll talk about Richard here in a second. But what I regret is, I regret that I wasted poor quality videos on some really good guests. Like, because we
Uh,
haven't quite figured it out yet. We just started with Zoom. We weren't in a studio yet. So I was doing a lot of interviews just in a bedroom, and the camera angle wasn't right. So it was either going up, or you know what I mean? And it made me
uh-huh.
look kind of funny, and the quality of our internet wasn't as good. The interviews are great. Like, the interaction and stuff's real good. Just the quality of the video, that I regret that more than anything, from for our early ones. Once we get it,
I don't think you can regret learning experiences. That's not
well,
good. Yeah.
and yeah, and I don't, because
Yeah.
I get, one of the things I think is great about our podcast is that we've always just been very open when we suck or when we're learning. But then you can see the progression. You can see that we're actually getting better, and I think that's a really cool
I
thing.
do think it's
But I
kind
do
of
wish I'd
important.
have had some better quality videos
I
for
do
some
think
of
it's
those things.
nice that we can still make something enjoyable, even though that we don't have
The
the right
best.
equipment
That's
or
right. That's
whatever.
right. And
Yeah.
we've gotten tons better since then. But
Hmm.
when we started. But yeah, so back to Richard Karn. So Richard Karn, at that time, being fair, it was just audio, and we were just holding a microphone up to a phone to talk to
Yeah,
him.
but I mean, he didn't know that.
No, he didn't know that. And but I bring that up because it wasn't video, so he couldn't see us. And I think that was part of the reason he was getting aggravated, because you and I we were trying to be playful, and he didn't really appreciate that. He was in let me talk about my stuff mode. We hadn't fine tuned our technique yet, and
No,
we were trying to be
I
playful, and,
think
and
that
he
he
didn't
was
handle it very well.
no, I think he sucked. I think that you have somebody, you agree to come on something, just do your don't be a jerk, you know?
It is surprising when you have especially someone from the entertainment business on, that doesn't seem to understand how to be interviewed.
Yeah.
You know what I
Like
mean?
it's just
I'm like, how do you?
we
But maybe, yeah, sometimes they just, they're not interviewed enough to really get
there is a few
good at it.
people I think come on and they just come on to say, hey, this is me, this is what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and they don't come on just to have some fun.
No, I
That
think
is
that's
the
right.
issue.
It's not very many. It's only been a handful, but those, they would be perfectly fine with like a 15-minute interview.
Like it's not that they're angry that we're not respecting their time. It's that they're angry because they don't respect our show. And I get it, we're amateurs. But
Yeah.
at the same time though, we're people. So maybe just understand that we're just trying to have some fun.
Well,
And yeah.
one thing that's kind of been nice for me is that as we've went on and we've gotten better at what we do, and our viewership has increased, or our listening-ship, people come on, and they treat me like we're bigger than we are.
Hmm.
And that's a big deal. It's a big deal, because it wasn't always that way, but they come on, and they're happy to be here. Like, they're
Uh-huh.
happy that I agreed to interview them. Does that make sense? Instead of
Yeah.
me, like, instead of them thinking I'm doing these guys a favor, they think we're doing them a favor. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I do think, and I've said this to you before, I do think that you should add some sort of fun element to it. Not saying that everything needs to be like puppies on the interview or whatever.
Like a fast quiz or something in it.
I think that if there's anything that I would add to the interviews to make them maybe a little bit more entertaining, I would say, and I think I've told you this before, is I think that doing something to loosen them up,
Yeah.
like yeah, like a
Well, kind of like
like
what
a
Jimmy
lightning round.
Fallon does. Uh,
No, see, that's too far. I don't want it to be a gimmicky interview or nothing.
oh, okay, okay.
I think that starting now off an interview doing like a fast round, like a lightning round with 10
Like a
questions,
trivia or something.
just like ask them like, where are you from? What's this, and then like to try to see how fast they can answer all these questions. I don't know. Something like that.
Have you ever seen Stephen Colbert does this thing called the Colbert Quiz? Have you ever seen that?
No.
So it's 10 questions. It's supposed to if you want to be known, you answer these 10 questions and then everybody will know who you are. And it's the same 10 questions he asks everybody, but it's stuff like what's the best sandwich?
Oh, so I'm pretty great then. That's exactly my idea. I think that's I think
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it works. I actually, you know, now that we've done a few of these, maybe it's time to add that in.
Yeah, I think
I've
that
been
that would
waiting on
be
episode 1,000. I was like, once I get 1,000 in, I'll be ready to add stuff.
well the thing that really highlights the interviews and this show is it is people just meeting people. And
Yeah,
I think that it shouldn't be like, hey, let's uh let's just pretend like somebody is this like I don't think that the reason we're getting people is because of the names necessarily. But I think that we're getting people because we're there is interesting to just learn about somebody
well,
new.
that's it. Because
And
we try to just have a conversation, so we're not just asking about what they're making or
yes,
whatever they're
because
promoting at that
I
time.
think that that is lame, and I don't think that we need to
Agree.
know everything. And I'm not saying we won't give them their because that's why they're there. It's the whole point of how we even got them. But like I think that what's really cool about this show is it highlights individuals,
Agree.
and I think that if anything going forward, I really hope that you highlight that aspect.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say we're gonna discuss that. I because I
yeah,
think it's time. I'm in for doing something fun like that, and it wouldn't have to be much, maybe 5 questions, something like
yeah.
that.
And I hate people. Like I hate them. I don't enjoy talking to. I do it all day, and I have to put on a face, and I don't like meeting people who just suck.
Yeah.
But maybe people would suck less if you knew them a little bit better.
Yeah,
And
I think that's a
you
great
know what?
idea.
That is a great tagline. Does new show? Does this person suck?
You
I think
decide.
yeah, you decide. I think that yeah, because yeah, I why not? Because we are just people. And I think that we need to just make sure we all know that we're people. I think I love this show for that.
Yeah.
So good work.
No, I
Just
think
being a
that's a great
guy.
idy though. I do
Well,
think
'cause
it's
I feel like if MeisterCon's a safe haven, and we are a safe haven, I think that I like everything that you do, and I think that your whole vibe. I've said this already, but I think the whole vibe of this show really fits MeisterCon's brand. I like just being dude.
I'm so sorry.
What? What?
I was just kidding, bud. I'm so sorry. You're stuck in this crap.
Oh, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm all right.
You know,
I, I
one thing I'll say that one thing I've loved about this podcast is like I've legit made friends just from podcasting,
that is very cool.
and
That
it's
is
pretty
very cool.
cool.
See, I've always felt like my issue with podcasting is I can't ever find people who are as interested or invested.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think meeting friends is the opposite problem that I've ever had, where I can't find anybody because you don't want to do a podcast by yourself.
no, that's why I
So
joined you.
yeah, I know, and it what am I even trying to say? I'm just kind of talking. But I think that meeting people, I'm very happy that you have gotten to travel the whole state. I think that's very exciting
Well,
that you
it has been really.
nation. You've gone farther than the state.
That's right. I know what you meant, but
Yeah.
as you get older, it becomes more and more difficult to make friends. But I've like not just made friends. I've gotten whole friend groups just from this podcast, and it's that part I've really enjoyed.
You know, if it's to go back is there is another thing I regret about this is I really wish we could get Too Spooky to launch and to do like stay consistent. I love Too Spooky. It's
Every time an episode, because we've posted some of Too Spooky stuff on YouTube. Every time
mhm.
an episode of Too Spooky or Brett Saves the World comes up, I'm like, oh man, we need to do more.
I forgot about Brett Saves the World. I would love to do all these. I think that these are the issue is energy and time, and it sucks. I would love to. That would be something if I could change anything. Gosh, I would just. I wish I could. We could get into a routine.
Yeah, I 100%,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
mean, you
willing.
are you are in a routine. Gosh, I just can't
It's
get there. I
hard.
can't do it after work. I can't do it. Oh,
I've been listening to that one Too Spooky, or no, Brett Saves the World, where it just comes on with you singing the theme song.
that's every Brett Saves the
Oh
World.
my gosh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Breath of the World was fun. I should still do that.
You should go back to doing that. It just needs to
Yeah.
be, we always worried, we got this is a different podcast. We just put it up under our podcast because those are funny.
No, I hate that. I don't like that at all.
You could
I
do Brett Saves the World, and then if you want me to come on that show, I could come on.
yeah, no, but I if we post under Too Opinionated, I would straight up shoot myself. I hate
But
that
we
so
can
much.
still call it Brett
No,
Saves
that
the
no.
World.
See, look at it. No, that's not the point.
But
That's what
if you start over, you got to start over from zero.
I am fine with that. That is something that now this I want the viewers to see this. The fact that you do not respect the audio medium is infuriating. You don't
But I
know
do
what
respect it. I just want it all under the same banner.
but it's so complicated. It's awful. I hate it. You
Why
know,
is it complicated? If every single episode is a too opinionated episode, it's just some of them are Brett Saves the World, some of them are too spooky.
no, that's look. I'm gonna show you right now. Do you see how like
I mean,
this is how
this is
this
why
is?
we thought we could argue.
Do you see how many like it gets confusing. It just gets
Well, there's a
confusing.
thousand of them. Of course, it gets a little confusing. You're
I
just
just
afraid they're going to get swallowed up in the hole.
no. I don't want I don't want to mix my food. Dad,
Hey, are
I
you?
don't want to
Let me
be
ask you this. I know you don't like to mix your food. Do you have an issue with your food touching each other?
no.
Okay, because I think that's a legit thing.
No, I mean I don't like it if my food is like on top of another
Well, no,
food.
no, I just mean like on the
Yeah.
plate if it's touched, like
No,
mashed
that's fine.
potatoes touching the green bean, something like
No,
that.
that doesn't bug me. That doesn't bug me.
Okay.
No. But what does bug me is this. I cannot stand that you keep just trying to one feed for it. No, I hate it. I hate it. There should be multiple. Dad, I'm not. Imagine reading Romeo and Juliet, and all of a sudden you're reading from Midnight Summer's Dream because it's all Shakespeare.
That's actually the best argument you've made yet.
No, it's infuriating. It's like, gosh, man, I can't stand it. And the fact that you've even like prodded this out of me is I can't take it. I'm done. I quit.
Listen, we don't have to get into it, but this is kind of amusing me because if people understood how much we argued over just how to number the damn thing, we fought like we renumbered our episodes how many times
I don't
because
know.
somebody couldn't stand to count everything under one.
Frankly, Dad, the fact that this is episode 1000 is infuriating. I'm proud of you, but I hate it. I
But that's
Yeah,
the whole reason I did it, because 1,000 is an impressive number. If you split
mhm.
it up into all these other things, then you got like 600 here and 100 here, 50
It'd be a
there.
lot more impressive if you hit 1,000 on a weekly show. I'm just saying, but I
Well,
just
yeah, but how long? 1,000 on a weekly
10 years. It would
show?
take about 10 years. Yeah.
It'd take
Or
20
no, it'd take
years.
20 years. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm
It took
just
us
saying.
6.5.
I'm just saying, man. I just hate it. I'm proud of you. This is why I've stepped back. I can't stand it.
Well, why don't you start back up Brett Saves the World? And, you know, if it coincidentally just happens to end up on Too Opinionated too, okay, but you could have your own thing with it.
I don't mind if it's a bonus. I don't mind that. I don't mind if it's a bonus. I just it's been 6 years, and I feel like you have never listened to a podcast. I just
I've
I feel
listened to
like
ours.
I feel like you've never gone on the feed and realized how infuriating it is. I hate it, but I'm proud of you.
I don't know that you are.
No, no, I am. I
Now the
am.
truth is coming out.
It's just I just I it's a lesson in letting go.
I wonder if we could do a show called Brett Hates Podcasting.
I mean, that's Brett Saves the World, essentially, I think. I
Yeah.
think
Brett Saves the World, which we're joking about, but I love those. I thought you did such a good job with those.
it was my advice column. It was
I I think you ought to
I
start those
dropped my
back
cookie.
up, even and do them just a couple times a month.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. Hold on, I dropped my cookie. I'm gonna pick it up.
Well, get your cookie.
No, it's under the table. I'll get it.
Get it. I'll wait.
No, I'll get it in a second. It's fine.
Is it a protein cookie?
Yeah, it's just a
Oh, you
crumb.
don't want to waste that.
No, I still have my whole thing. I've been taking pieces off and I dropped my piece.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
Chocolate
all right.
chip.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But it's how are we doing? Is it time to say our goodbyes?
No, it's not time yet, but we're getting close.
I thought it was 30 minutes.
Well, we're a little over. What?
No, it's beyond time. What do you mean?
I got more I want to say.
All right, go ahead.
Well, now I don't know what to say. Now I'm shy. No, you know, I drive Emily nuts, but I say this a lot because I love watching a show and be like, I've interviewed that person. I've interviewed
Hmm.
that person, or a commercial. See those all the time. Be like, hey, I've interviewed that person. I think that's kind of fun. And you know,
I
like
can
a
see
show
that.
like Resident Alien, I can say that about everybody that comes on screen.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that is. I'm sure that's not annoying. I,
I
I'm
quit.
sure.
I that one I've watched enough with Emily. I don't say it anymore because she knows. I've interviewed
Oh, good.
everybody on that show. It's pretty great.
I am happy. I am happy that you get to meet. I don't know. I don't know how you enjoy it, but I know you do. I don't know how you like meeting people that you watch. I
I don't know, but I love it. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
And you know,
yeah.
I've gotten friendly with some of those Resident Alien. We had dinner with Meredith when we went to New York, and we're meeting Sarah Tonko and her husband out for dinner when we go to LA next week. So that's kind of cool. And you know, like Jennifer Nash was our first friend, our first interview, everything on this show. She doesn't live in LA anymore, but the friend group that she introduced us to, we're getting together with them when we go out there.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's pretty
It,
cool. But
yeah, I mean,
but that wasn't what I actually meant to say. What I meant to say
Oh,
was,
all right. Waste my time. Yeah, it was
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Sorry. What I meant to say was, I grew up just a fan of TV and movies, and part of the reason I love interviewing people is because I've interviewed a lot of people that I grew up watching, and that's cool to me. Like you know, I was watching Lost in Space in the mid 70s at my grandmother's because we didn't have cable. Um, like at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, they were showing the reruns. That's how I was watching it. And then, you know, fast forward to today, and I've interviewed both of the women, the girls, the daughters that were on Lost in Space. That's cool to me. I grew up watching them
I
when they
don't
were
want to meet
kids,
people
and now
all.
they're grandparents. And
I don't want to. I don't want to meet people who I like and they turn out awful. I don't want
well, I
that.
haven't had that happen
Yeah.
much. There's been a
Well,
few I've been like, that's a little disappointing, but for the most part, they're pretty
mhm.
great. Like it was a
I'd
big deal.
rather.
I got to meet the guy that played Beastmaster.
Uh-huh.
I was such a fan of that show, and he was on V. I love that. And just it's those type interviews, the older ones. Those are the ones I really. Lonnie Anderson from WKRP in Cincinnati. That was a big one for me. It was kind of that was kind
I
of.
all of that was nonsense. All I don't
I know
know.
you don't know any
Lonnie,
of that, do you?
I don't know who any of them are yet, but I'm very happy for you. I do recognize Lonnie Anderson because she was on my computer for a couple of days.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
there's been, like I know what your answer is going to be, but do you have someone that was supposed to come on that didn't work out, and then
That's a leading question.
I know,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
because I know
Nolan
what your
North.
answer is
I
going to
would
be.
have loved to I would have loved to meet Nolan North. But also but I would have liked to not meet him in a better way.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
it's disappointing because we still don't know what happened. He agreed.
if he just like couldn't make it work, what and yeah.
He just
But
ghosted us.
I felt ghosted, and I wish I gotta be honest with you. I've always liked him a little bit less since then. I've liked him a little bit less since that's happened.
Me
And that
too.
yeah,
Because we were
and
so excited, like we were excited to talk to
I
him, and he
just
just didn't show up. And then him and his manager just stopped responding.
yeah, I kind of
Which,
wish that
Nolan, if you're watching, all's forgiven if you come on the show.
yeah, I kind of wish that it had ended. Yeah, I kind of wish that that would have gone better because
Just say no.
and that's kind of my point is I don't want no, I mean don't just say no, but be don't be I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
It's just that's what bugged me about it. Not that it didn't come on, that it was it kind of I didn't like how it happened. That was disappointing. That was
That one, that's one of mine too. I mean,
yeah.
I've had a few I've been,
Hmm.
didn't work out, but that one's probably
It's
top.
not that he couldn't make it work. It's just yeah, just don't make a
Yeah.
don't
Don't just
lie.
disappear.
Don't lie. I mean,
I mean, I've had a couple people die before they could come on the show, which that was horrible.
how
Uh,
many? I know it's at least one. How many? How many has died after they've been on the show?
well, see, Ed Asner passed away after
Oh,
we
okay.
talked to him.
And there's I forgot about Ed Asner. Yeah,
Who were you thinking of?
Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious passed
Yeah.
away. There was a interview I did with a mother and daughter production team. They were
Hmm.
producers. The mother passed away after she'd been on the show, and then let me
Is
think.
that weird?
It's a little weird, and there's been
Yeah.
a few more. I'm forgetting a couple that I talked to that had passed. And that's it's yeah, it's a little weird. I'm glad I got to talk to them, but I hate
Yeah.
they passed. And then we had Olivia Newton-John was coming on. She'd recovered enough from cancer. She was going to come on, and then she ended up passing from cancer. That sucked. Loretta Swit, who played Hot Lips on MASH. I was waiting on her to get better. She'd agreed to come on the show, but then she passed, and I'm still hopeful with oh shoot, who's the woman Julie Newmar that plays Catwoman. I'm hoping to get her at some point, but she's
Oh,
had some health issues and hadn't been able to come on and had agreed to. So those all, I'm real disappointed that we didn't get a chance to talk with Adam West. Not that we ever had any connection or anything. We just weren't. Our podcast wasn't to the point that we could ask for him.
but we did have Burt Ward, and it's
We
kind of
did
a
have
bummer
Burt
because
Ward
yeah,
though,
that one is another
and
one.
he was a good one. He's a dog lover.
He is a dog lover. He is. That one was cool for me watching seeing you get him.
That one
Yeah,
was, yeah, that was a big one.
yeah.
That was a big one.
I would have done the Adam West one maybe. Yeah,
Oh, you'd have had to do that one.
yeah. I didn't do the Burt Ward one, but that's just because sometimes I'm fine with seeing it.
Yeah, I
Like I
know.
just,
Sometimes you just can't do it.
I don't want to. It's
Well,
like,
so is there
yeah,
anybody out there left that you would agree to come on camera for?
brother. There was hardly any people like it wasn't the fact that it was Ron Perlman. It was just kind of like I was free. Like I don't remember it being, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't think it's not me. It's not who I am. I
Well,
don't
I get that.
like there's nobody that I am genuinely excited to meet.
Well,
There's
like
yeah.
we we do conventions on occasion and stuff. You don't even really care to meet somebody in the autograph lines.
It's just a part. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm fine. It's
Well,
just
you treat them
yeah.
like you should treat celebrities. I'm a fan. I tend to treat them like a fan, but you treat them just like a person.
Yeah, I know, I'm cool.
Oh, you are kind of cool. You've always been cooler than me.
Oh well, thanks. I just yeah, I don't care for meeting people with big egos. I think that's the like I don't know. Something about it is weird for me and I'm not about it.
Yeah,
Like and I'm not talking necessarily people who come on your show. I'm talking about like those we've met a few
we have met a few.
and
We've met a few that weren't celebrities that were terrible.
we have met enough to where yeah, it's kind of just turned me off a little bit. Like and I mean even then I wasn't really into it. Like
Yeah,
there's no one I don't know. Like I don't want I don't want to just like I think it kind of narrows down to this. I don't want the highlight of my life to be shaking somebody's hand.
yeah, I
I
get
want
that.
the highlight. I want to be the handshaker. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
stuff I want to get done.
Who's who? Well,
Yeah.
I totally get that. Was there? Did you have somebody that we met at a convention that you kind of like that one?
The most excited at a convention may have been Richard Hatch, but that's just because like he did all the stuff for my mom and
Yeah, he
all
did a
that.
little
So
video for your
that
mom.
was cool. That was fun because it kind of felt like he was a genuine dude,
Yeah,
even though he's yeah. But yeah, I think I mean I've enjoyed people we met, but I don't like that feeling.
yeah.
I don't like it because
It's
when you
uncomfortable.
when you break it down, it's a weird thing.
It
You're
is.
you're you're meeting somebody, and the only thing that yeah, I have a hard time with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I think a lot of people do.
yeah.
It's a weird, not just for fans, but for the celebrities. The whole situation's a little bit weird.
I kind of get like you just want to say, hey, you, I love that. That was awesome. You know what I mean? I get
Yeah.
like, I get it. I'm not saying like, yeah. I think that there's for me, I think that the convention area is the line. I would probably say if I saw whoever at I might say something to them just to be like, hey, just so you know, that was awesome. I love that, but I'm not gonna pay money. I'm not gonna like, I'm
Well,
not gonna,
yeah. I now that we do this podcast, I will probably never pay money for an
I'm
autograph.
gonna,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna treat somebody like they're more than a person. That's the line for me. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get that.
So if I like ran into John, oh gosh,
Who was it?
if I like ran into John Cena or something,
Well, that's
I
who I
might,
was going to say,
yeah.
or maybe the site guys.
Yeah, I think so, but I would never want to be like I feel like I'm belittling myself. You know what I mean?
You
Like
know,
yeah.
I totally get that. I totally get that. I don't have that problem, but I totally
Yeah, fair
understand that
enough.
problem.
Yeah, I get being excited. I don't like the feeling it gives me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally understand where you're coming from there. Well,
Yeah.
so anything that you would like to see or do in our next 1,000 episodes?
Yeah, man. Too spooky. I would love for it to be a regular thing. And I would love there's so many things I would like
You
to
mean
be
too
regular thing.
too opinionated semicolon
Spooky.
too spooky?
Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. I know that's true. Yeah.
That's not true. When it's too spooky, I just put too spooky. But then we have an oh yeah, I had wasn't there another one? Too spooky, too opinionated. Wasn't there another? Too something.
I don't think so.
No, maybe not.
That may have been ideas.
Yeah, it was probably just ideas.
Yeah.
We did a Too Opinionated Sports on a couple episodes.
Yeah, that doesn't bug me. That just feels like a little like special edition.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, it
I'm trying
was.
to
We only
think.
did that a couple times.
I'm trying to think of because I do think that there was probably another two, but I don't think there was ever an official two.
One thing I do like is that
Building the Batcave would have been a cool one to actually
building
get
the
going.
Batcave was a great idea.
Yeah, but that's not one like I can ever. I don't know. It's yeah. I do like it though.
That's a
I
great idea.
I should at least go on ChatGPT and get a cover just for me,
Oh,
not
you
like
should do that.
yeah. Because you know what? When I was
You should
starting this,
do that, and we should do a pilot episode just to see what it would have been.
I I love ChatGPT. I'm not saying like I wish I had it when I first started out, like when I was 16,
Yeah.
because I would have liked to say this is what I want. Because it was so hard to find something like that like for a podcast. It's so hard. That is the hardest thing I've ever found with podcasting is finding a freaking image that
Yeah.
will work with the Apple guidelines. My God.
It's
But
hard.
yeah. So it would have been not. Do you remember our first picture?
Yeah.
I adore that picture.
I know.
And
It's just the one with the hand drawn family.
yeah, I drew it myself. Yeah, it's you
Yeah,
and
I
me.
liked
And
it
then
too.
I adored that picture and everyone pooped on it. But I think it's a
I
wonderful
never
picture.
pooped on it.
Nah, you hated
I never
it.
said a word
you
about it.
you like it now, but you hated it.
I like it now.
Yeah,
I did not hate it. That's not
I
true.
think that is a wonderful T-shirt. I think that is I
I
think that
agree.
I love that
It's,
shirt. I'd wear that everywhere.
it is cool.
Yeah, I would. I would.
Yeah, one
But
thing I was going to say was one thing I have enjoyed that's kind of evolved over time is that we get a lot of people that have never done a podcast or maybe never done an interview that are sent
mhm.
to us because their people know that we're going to take care of them and they're going to have a
Yeah,
good experience. And I kind of like that, and I really like it when someone comes on and they say, "Oh, this is my first podcast," but then after they do it, I see them on other podcasts.
it is
I was
very
like,
nice.
well, they must, if they'd have had a crappy time with me,
Mhm.
they don't do anymore.
I'll tell you this. Just I don't know. I'm just thinking about things to talk about. But
Yeah.
I one thing that I go back and forth on because I don't know how I actually feel about it is I don't like some like I know that nobody enjoys like the first episodes of things,
Right.
but that was but I think it's really strange that I have a documentation of my mental health on audio from 18 to now. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
yeah, and I think some of those early episodes I wish I could have given it my all. There's a couple moments in particular that I remember. And I'm like, man, I wish that I could have had more fun or whatever. And just been,
Yeah.
yeah. So some of that I'm like, "Oh, I would love to redo it and just maybe have a different perspective from I don't know. But also like I thought about once doing like a Too Opinionated classic
Yeah.
where we do some of the old topics or whatever. But yeah, so that
Well, we
bugs
could
me.
totally do that.
I think we should, but I am not the person who starts at the current episode of a podcast. And
Yeah.
that's always bugged me because I think if people like me are finding us, I don't think that we would be keeping them because that's what I always think about. Like,
Well, you're 100% right
yes,
because our format's not like that because you're not coming and listening to like you don't have to go to the beginning of where we started and watch every episode because they're not a continual
like I'm not saying they
thing.
all connect necessarily. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
they don't really because
it's
they're
not a
mostly
show or nothing.
individual interviews.
But yeah, I wouldn't be from where we started. I don't think I would be on this episode now. And that's always that bugs me a little bit. I wish that we had a better place for people to begin, but also at the same time, I don't think that's what this is. I don't think it's a
Well,
watch it from the beginning thing.
I
I
totally
think.
get why you feel that way because I have those feelings on occasion. But the journey's the journey. It's this is how we
Uh-huh.
got here, and I'd love to go back and have fixed a lot of the issues and stuff. But who knows? Maybe we don't get here if we don't go
Yeah.
through what we did.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I think that the way to fix it is just doing the Too Opinionated classic and just having some fun with it. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
because now
would.
you're ready to have the fun. Although,
Uh-huh.
because I do listen to those episodes, you're hilarious on those episodes. They're funny.
I always think it's funny, and now I know you would blame it on your Parkinson's, but I don't think it's ever been your Parkinson's. Is you've never understood my joke. You've never understood when I say a joke, the amount of episodes and amount of times that you just stonewall me is insane.
Because I miss it. And a lot of times I think it's because I'm thinking about what's
Yeah,
or
yeah,
especially early on. I'm better at that now. But back then I'd have to think what I was saying. I'd miss kind of what you were saying.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
But your humor with me, I think you're hilarious. But
Nice,
there's
nice.
always a delay.
There
I
is
don't
always
forget it at the beginning.
that is something funny. I don't mind that. I do like that it, but I remember sometimes I can I remember your faces, and sometimes you still do. I can just see that nothing is happening.
Yeah, Parkinson's.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I have just like, man, and you're like, yeah, or you're like, I'm like, oh man,
Well, yeah, but then usually a few minutes later, I'm like, oh, I get it now.
that's a lie. The amount of times that you will listen to an episode weeks later, and you're like, oh yeah, that was
All
funny.
right, fair. You're right.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
right. Usually I don't get it until I
hmm
listen
hmm
back to it. And then I'm like, oh, but it's because
yeah.
I'm not distracted then.
I, yeah. There's a few. I remember there's one with Godzilla in particular. I don't remember what it was. I remember it was Godzilla. That man, you gave me nothing. I, I just brutal. Oh, you are
Well,
not
you're
a
not
yes
being
ander.
fair. You can't just say that like I was just some schlub. You got to say what it was the joke was and then
I
let
don't
people
remember.
decide
I
if
don't
it was
remember.
funny or not.
I know it was funny. I just don't remember what it was. I know it was funny.
Well, yeah, yeah. History has taught us that most of the time your stuff was funny.
No,
I just missed
I remember this being funny. I just don't remember what it was. It was a good one. I know it. And
all
but
your stuff's good.
I specifically though remember you across the chair from me, just like you looked confused. You're like, what is he even saying? Like, what are you
What
even
did you
talking?
explain it?
I think no, I think that I was a little bit concerned. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. But it looked like I threw a brick at you. I, and then like I remember, and that one specifically was one that you had mentioned like a year later that, oh yeah, that was pretty good. I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
Well, how many times did I come to you worried? Like when we did the podcast, I was really worried that the episode sucked, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, no, it was really good.
Yeah. I just yeah, that is something I will never no matter how much therapy I go through, I'll never forget how many times I've been stunt rolled on this show. I
I'm starting to think that maybe you haven't had a very good time on this show.
well, I mean, the other hand of it could be maybe I'm just not funny. You know, ever think of that? Like maybe maybe the real concern is that I'm making jokes that aren't good.
And, I don't even want to contemplate that.
No, no, it.
No,
I
you're
just
funny. I was just slow. That's
I
all.
do. I wish I could remember what I said about Godzilla. It was yeah. I just remember that one specifically. I remember your face specifically
All
on that
right,
one.
I'll go find it.
Yeah, gosh, that was the one where I that it looked like I hit you with a brick. That was the one.
Well, that's just me being a dumbass.
No, 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 no. Most of the time you'll just continue. But I remember with this specific one, like I'm not saying that you just like gave me a confused look. Like this is one that you looked genuinely like annoyed that I was making a bad joke. I remember that you looked like you were so frustrated that I made a stupid joke, and that no, you were frustrated that you didn't know what I was saying. Like, what are you even talking about? I remember that. I I remember how mad you looked that I was not making any sense, and that's what I mean. I looked like I hit you. You looked pissed. Ah, that that
Well,
one was a but.
that
Oh, it's
early
funny.
on, that was kind of our MO was you
No,
be
it was
silly and I
that.
get ticked off.
It was at the studio, man.
Oh, so it
It
wasn't
was.
that early.
Yeah, it wasn't that early. It was relatively recent, dude. I just
Oh,
I think 2 or 3 years recent. Yeah,
oh, that's disappointing. I bet you it was over when we were doing stuff through COVID.
so funny, so funny. I that that is something that there are a few moments that stick in my mind, and that face was one of them. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all right. There's no reason to be sorry. I just remember that face. There's a few. That was the most notable moment of like, man, he did not get that. Oh, that one was your confusion turned into anger, and then you got mad because you didn't understand. You were a caveman. You saw fire and started hitting it with a stick. It's and that
Yeah,
that
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 does
that
sound like me.
that will stick with me forever. Right? That's so funny.
I think you might have some trauma from this podcast.
Oh no, that one. I I just remember being so proud. Huh. Huh. What? You don't make sense.
Well,
That one that tickles me.
I
Oh.
can't believe we made it to 1,000,
Hmm.
and
Well,
here we are, and warts and all. Um, I'm
what?
pretty proud
Did
of
you
the
say?
whole.
Did
I
you say
said warts
wart?
and all.
Wart?
Yeah, you never
That's
heard that
not.
expression?
That's not an expression.
Yes. When you say, you're just here we are, warts and all. You're basically saying you get to see the good and the bad.
Okay.
You
Okay.
never heard that?
Not
That was one
once.
of my old man expressions, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was not something I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even with all the problems we've had, and we've had a lot of them, and we've had episodes that were poor quality. Um, I'm really proud of what we've done, and we've interviewed people I never thought we would interview. We've accomplished things I never thought we would do. For me, it's been just the best 6 years. I have had the absolute best time. And I've told you the best part about all of it is the stuff that you and I do together. But I'm proud of us because we didn't give up and we took like we were not getting good feedback early on.
Yeah.
We were mostly family and friends listening. They were not kind.
Yeah. Family and friends are mean.
They were mean. They're basically saying you guys should stop, but we
Mm.
didn't. And
And
here
we
we are.
should still stop.
Yeah, I mean, legit. They were
No, I'm saying
really
they were
kind.
right, and here we are, still
Yeah,
going. And
yeah,
man, we
yeah.
should we
Why are
should
we still doing
stop.
this?
We should
You know,
absolutely
I
stop.
mean, I said right at the beginning, unless a million people tell me that we suck, I'm going to keep doing it, and we've still got a couple to go.
Yeah, I think yeah. But when that three calls were
Yeah,
there,
I mean
yeah.
that's it. But I'm sure that's at this point that's probably ways off. That's days
But
off.
if you don't pick up the phone, they can't say nothing,
That's right.
and it's ringing. It's ringing.
Uh, hey, I
Hey,
regretted every day closing that comic store after you were born, and this is as close as we've come
yes.
to making up for some of that. And even though it didn't work out exactly the way you wanted, and the majority of the stuff that we've done is interviews, we've done close to a couple hundred of these, just you and me,
Hmm.
and it's been pretty. I mean,
Is
that's a
that
couple
true?
hundred hours of time we spent together. That's been pretty great.
Is that true? Hundreds. I would be surprised. Have we cracked 100?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're like because I put everything on IMDb. So if you're
Uh
in
huh.
if you're in the cast, I put you in the cast. If you're editing, I put you as an editor. Well, you're
Yeah.
getting close to 200 in the cast.
Oh, well, hot dog. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I didn't know that.
It's pretty close. And then, you got like 800 that you've edited,
Good.
even though
That's good
you've
news.
edited all 1,000 or whatever. But I
I
don't
should
put
use
you as
that
an
more.
editor on
I should
one.
put that in my resume. Yeah.
You need to go. I'll show it
I
to
don't,
you. Yeah.
I don't need a resume. It's
You
fine.
also got a credit in there for the last Saturday night, which is another thing that this podcast helped us to do. We
Yes.
we were involved in an audio drama, got to act, got to interview some amazing cast members, but
Hmm.
cool. I got
It is very
I
cool.
got to say a few things with Ed Asner. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I am
Yeah.
not a very good actor,
Well, hey.
so or a actor at all, I think would be a better way to say it.
It's right. You're neither's Jimmy Fallon. Neither is
Hey,
Stephen.
what do you think about this idea? And then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
I want to be the first guy to die in every TV and movie. No lines. I just want to be the body. So that on my IMDb page, it just has like a bunch of different credits, but they all say the body.
I think if you want to be a body in everything, I think you're pretty late. I think
You think somebody's already doing it?
no, I'm saying I think that I think there's a couple things that maybe you haven't been a body in, and I think you're a little behind.
I probably am.
Yeah, I mean, when did movies start? Like the 1920s. So I think maybe you have some catching up.
I guess what I'm saying though, do you think that's a good idea? Would you think
Yeah.
that's cool if you read somebody's IMDb and it was just like 30 or 40 things where it was all the same character?
Uh, I would think it's really cool if your IMDb said that.
Okay. I know what that
Yes.
means.
I just
But
don't
like,
know.
no, you don't think it'd be. I want to. I like the thought of like people in a pitch meeting talking about the show that they're wanting to do, and somebody in it says, "We got to have the body,"
I
and then they
I
call
think
me.
I'm not saying it would be cool. I just don't think I don't think I would ever see it on IMDb. So I think it would be more cool. I wouldn't be impressed with the IMDb. I think it would be more cool that it's my dad.
Okay, yeah. So you could
Yeah.
say, yeah. Who's your dad? The body,
Yeah, the
and
body.
everybody know
Yeah.
who it was.
Isn't the body like a slasher? Isn't there? No, I'm thinking of
There was a movie, or a Netflix show called.
well, I know Michael Myers is called The Shape. I think that's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. They call him The Shape,
Well, I got one more for you. I
which
said
I
that
think
was
is
it.
silly because I don't think he looks like a shape. I think he looks like a person.
He
Yeah.
does. Well, what do you think about this idea? You don't like the body idea. What do you think about this idea?
Okay. I
Okay,
think I didn't say
so
that, but continue.
you've got agents, you've got
I actually think
managers.
I was very supportive of the body idea, but no, continue, please.
Yeah, you were like, I like it for you.
No, I would never be in the situation where I'm like, this guy's the fucking body. Also,
That's the reaction I'm looking for.
I just wouldn't be in that situation.
All right, well, you see if you like this one better. So you've got managers, you've got publicists, agents, all that stuff, but you don't have anybody that negotiates the nonsense. So like if you got to wear a costume on a show, I want to be the guy to be like, well, yeah, they'll do it, but they get to keep the costume, or they get to keep the wig, or they get to keep the weird prosthetic so they can use it on Halloween till they die. Stuff like that.
I don't think that is an issue in Hollywood. I think there's absolutely people who do that. In fact, I think they're doing just fine. I think your body idea is much better.
Why are you killing my dreams, man?
No, your dream's the body. You can't just change it.
Well, I got two dreams.
You can't.
I got a backup in case the body doesn't work out.
No, well, the body needs to happen. The other one could use some work. I think you
Well,
could just
because what I'd really like is to be in a bunch of stuff that says childhood friend, but that hasn't worked. So I thought maybe just the body.
that is better. I do agree, but I don't know. I think I think seeing you in everything I've ever watched. I think that every time I turn to the TV, I would like to see you dead somewhere. I think that would be actually very funny.
It'd
Yes.
be kind of
I,
funny, right?
yeah, I think that is a good dream. I do.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty good too. You
I
know, Charlie came in the other day and she sat down. I've always in the background. I've always got our show playing on the background of whatever TV I'm
I hate it,
watching.
but yes, continue.
Yeah. So Charlie came to me and she said, "Papa, why are you always on TV?"
I just, I just, oh man, I don't know how you just leave it on like that.
I know it's rough. It's rough.
I I couldn't do it. I couldn't do
I see
it.
myself a lot, and I don't like any of it.
Well, I don't think that's the lesson here. I think that the lesson here is turn off your damn TV. I think.
Yeah, that's probably the lesson. Hey, Brett, I'm so glad we did this, buddy. I appreciate you.
Well, I'm sorry it took 100 years to get to film this.
We
It's
have tried for like 3 weeks.
yeah. This is that is the burden of me. I don't like doing things, and it's
Well,
hard to do it.
it's not. Well, it hasn't all been you though. We've had some logistical issues last couple of weeks, but it.
Yeah, I ran
I'm
the
glad we
numbers,
got
and
to
it was
do
for
it though.
sure. Yeah,
We need to
yeah.
put a bow on it.
A nice little bow, and
You know, one we didn't mention. I'm just going to mention this real quick.
no,
I
please.
like that trivia episode we did with Dennis and Ming from Comic Book Man.
I forgot about that. That was
I mean,
fun.
it was terrible because we didn't know how to record it or anything, so we were trying to use phones and stuff. But I just had fun doing it.
I did. And I liked meeting him. That is one that he was just a dude, and I thought it was cool.
That one was
I
pretty
am.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah, I agree. But I think that this has been a fun 1,000, and I think 2,000 is going to be more fun. So next year we'll probably be there. Um,
We're averaging about 150 a year. Come on.
I'm, that is above 100% if you go. But hey, I'm proud. That's great. No one ever says do less. There's not a saying about quantity and quality. There's
That's
not one.
true. You're
So
right. Nobody's ever said too much.
yeah,
Too
I
much.
think so. Yeah, more is more. So
All right. Bye.
bye.